way from 11 o'clock and 17.1 degrees. Now, I do apologise about the slight delay, a little techie problem. That's all, really. Tell you what, we better do this. That's right, you're right here at Galaxy 107 FM, and today, believe me, you're going to love this. You really are. I'll tell you what, let me run down through the credentials for you. Award-winning musician and singer, he's an author, a podcaster, innovator, inductee into the NASA Space Technology Hall of Fame. I think he's a PhD by now. I think we call him Dr. World Traveller. Yeah, well, that's self-evident. And inventor of hyperspectral technologies. And I want to talk to him about that as well. And founding member of the bands Kick the Wicked and Fiction 6. Today we're talking to Mark Lanoue. And believe me, such a pleasure to have the brother man back. Let's kick it off with Monkeys in the Jar from Kick the Wicked. You're right here at Galaxy. So that gives us a minute or two, Mark.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, Monkeys in a Jar. I think that's 3 minutes and maybe 40 seconds.
3 minutes 39. You're pretty close.
Yeah.
Did I miss anything out here?
Well, no, I think on my email I have, I'm an author. I think you covered that. I've got my book. My book came out probably about 8 months, maybe 9 months ago. Yeah.
And you still haven't sent me a signed copy?
I will send you a signed copy. Matter of fact, make sure that your address is sent into my my Facebook stuff, and I'll send you one.
Nice. Please. It'd be a good read. It really would.
Yeah, it covers. So people have asked me to write a book about my life, and that's what I did. I sat down, wrote, and then I dedicated it to the love of my life who passed away in April. So I went ahead and dedicated it to her. So there's a whole page on there with her picture. And
nice. Yeah. Sorry about that, bro.
Oh, thank you, man. I appreciate it.
But hold on, you've got a telephone to her here. You've got a telephone to her here. You make hyperspectral technology.
Yeah. The hyperspectral stuff is why I've got this award back here. That medal. Yeah.
So tell me, when do we get together and start looking for some spooky stuff?
Well, that's funny that you say that, because I'm actually talking with a couple of technologists that I met through Dave Schrader from the Paranormal 60 podcast and the Holzer Files and stuff. And I'm going to be talking to them. But you'll love, if you go to my website, Grant, it's markallanlanoue.com. There's a section called Random Theories. And I have some really cool stuff in there that covers paranormal and alien dimensionality, all kinds of cool stuff there. And what I do is I put my theories in there, and then I ask AI what it thinks about my theories, and then I put the AI response. So you probably dig that.
Very cool. Very cool. I'll get all of that info off you because, well, I'm right there on that stuff. I love it. I really do. In the meantime, we've got about a minute to go, so I better say thank you to everybody for tuning in this morning. And I tell you what, why not do this while we got a quick minute? Why not sub, thumb, bell? Bingo. Bell notifications when we have important people, much like Dr. Mark Lanoue. Also subscribe. It's easy. You know how to do it, right? And thummy thing, get epileptic with it. Double, triple D on that. And why not join us for the breakfast show in the morning as well? Keep that in mind. Barbara's going to be there, believe me. In the meantime, let's do this. That's right, you're right here at Galaxy 107 FM, and today we're talking to Mark Lanoue, good friend of Galaxy, and, well, Mark, welcome back.
How's it going, Grant?
Not too bad, brother, not too bad. I'm loving the hat too, by the way.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, I'd taken on a new persona with, I collected something that you mentioned earlier, all this stuff that's been going on. I just realized I had like websites everywhere and pages everywhere, and so I just took it all under one moniker, the Gemini Mind, and I just stuck it all under my one website, marklanoue.com, and everything's there. My book, my music, my innovations, my theories, everything's there. So they can all go to one spot and just see what's going on in this eclectic, autistic mind of mine, I guess.
I think we're on the same page, really, and maybe, just maybe, we might be related somewhere up here. You never know. Now, let's go for a quick tour through the room, because this is very fascinating to me. First of all, I'm looking at the book there, and I know I'm going to get a signed copy of that. I really, really do.
Yes, sir.
But you've got a Kiss and a signed Kiss deal behind you on the wall there. Now,
yes.
I had the pleasure of working with Kiss back in the day here in New Zealand.
Yeah, I remember you mentioning that. Yes, yes.
So I'm very impressed with that. I really, really am. Also, the medals. Now, I think we better have a little talk about those medals, because that's very impressive. I don't know too many people with American medals like that.
Yeah, there's not too many of them. So every year, NASA and the Space Foundation, they pick out a number of technologies that are nominated to see if they're going to become part of the Hall of Fame, and the people that are involved in those technologies and innovations become inducted into that NASA Space Technology Hall of Fame. And I was one of the lucky ones, along with my team back in the day. At the Institute for Technology Development under NASA, that we developed a new technology in scanning spectrophotometry called hyperspectral imaging. And it's not the first hyperspectral imager, but it was a nice smaller one that people could use for research and things like that. So.
Got you. Absolutely got you. Yeah, I'll get it. I'll get it, okay? Fair enough. Yep, no. My producer's jumping up and down going, there's something out there. You know what I mean? Any little detail.
They're coming to get you. They're coming to get you, man.
As soon as we start talking about funky stuff, believe me, equipment goes crazy here. It really does. But we opened up the show, Mark, with monkeys in a jar. So I think it would be remiss of me if I didn't say, tell me all about this.
Sure. So when I was a kid, they had something called sea monkeys, and they basically put them in a jar, and they were brine shrimp. But as a kid, you're thinking, aliens or whatever this creature is, and when you're bored like that, you're eclectic, you're staring into this jar, and you're thinking, I wonder what they're thinking about me. I wonder what it's like in there. I'm out here, they're in there. And then when I got here recently, when I wrote that song, wrote the lyrics and stuff, I kind of equated today's society to the monkeys in a jar, because either you're one side sitting outside and the other's in the jar, or vice versa. And they're fed from the top of the jar, the light comes in from the top of the jar, the water gets cloudy, everybody's all in there under the same environment, and you're outside here thinking, well, I don't know. I'm just not part of that system in there, and vice versa. So it's not really pointing out one side versus the other. It's just a societal kind of perspective and a parallel. So bringing something back to a kid, thinking about that in more of an innocent way, and coming back into today's society, and just kind of, making a parallel between the two.
Mark, next you'll be reverse engineering Mexican jumping beans.
Well, what purpose that might have? Well, if we find a purpose, maybe there's a dual use for Mexican jumping beans.
Well,
so shoot one out into space and then figure out what else to do with it here.
Well, you never know. That might be the next energy fuel to get us out off this planet or something. You know what I mean? Get a whole bunch of them together.
Yeah, my next TikTok video. Mexican jumping beans in space.
I love it. I really do. So, Mark, I tell you what, since I've had this, believe me, I've had a lot of people ask me a lot of questions about this track. So we're going to officially release it here at Galaxy today with Mark Lanoue, the man himself. Whisper Still, tell me about this. I love this track.
Yeah, so I started a solo album, and which, by the way, wait till you hear the tracks coming up. I've got one that Bumblefoot played a beautiful solo on. I've got Cher and Leah who's playing on tracks. Kit Wakely is playing on my tracks. I'm going to have some other players like Steve Blaze from Lillian X and Jimmy Bell from House of Lords. A lot of friends are going to come on, and it's dedicated to the love of my life who passed away. We were together about 41 years. Met when she was 16, I was 17. She passed away in April. But the spooky thing about Whisper Still is I wrote that, recorded it, and put together the video before my wife passed. So it's almost like a premonition. And so what Whisper Still is about losing that love of your life that's on the other side of the veil, but there's still that connection and those whispers and those feelings and those connectivity between heart and soul and all that kind of stuff. And that's what that song's all about. It's that, and what's spooky about it is Lisa was the model for the female in the video, and me the model, the male. So it was, again, like a premonition. It was just kind of spooky in that way. And it was actually premiered on the Paranormal 60 with Dave Schrader. He played it for the first time on that podcast. And so it was really just kind of a crazy kind of connection between it all. So,
yeah. Fantastic. Absolutely. You're right here at Galaxy, and believe me, I'm loving this. Joined live, by the way, by Mark Lanoue. Here's Whisper Still. Gosh, Mark. Check this out. I was talking to a guy the other day who said, Grant, way back in the day, I walked into this hall and I walked up to the manager that was serving drinks and stuff like this, and there was a young lady singing opera, completely empty hall. We were getting ready to put a band in there. And she took my imagination, so I walked up to her after talking to the manager of the place. I says, she should be singing rock. And the guy says, yes, she should, right? So he walked up to this young lady and he says, if I put a band together and write some lyrics for you, what do you reckon? Would you be interested in doing something? And her name was Pat Benatar.
Yeah. Well, what a great vocalist. I love her style. Love her vocal. To this day, she still sounds great.
Yeah.
I mean, she really does. She sounds great.
Really does. But the reason why I brought that up is that there's a movie coming out, and it's all based on his song that he wrote way back in the day. Lady Gaga is singing it, and it's been produced by Jamie Lee Curtis.
Oh, nice. Yeah. So yeah, it's really nice.
He's I think he's going to send me a photo with Lady Gaga giving me the fingers or something.
So I tell you, a lot of people talk about Pat Benatar band, but her husband is a heck of a guitar player too. I really dig his playing.
Yes.
So, like, people don't know that he's actually playing the guitar solo on Rick Springfield's Jesse's Girl. That's actually him playing that guitar solo.
It is. You're quite right. You are quite right.
Yeah.
Gosh, I hate it when people know music more than I do. Barbara keeps on saying, Grant, you're a wealth of knowledge when it comes to bands and music and stuff like that, if you know what I mean. That's only simply quite explainable, actually. Mark, I've been doing this for almost 50 years. No wonder I learned something. That's right. You're right here at Galaxy 107 FM. Now, Mark, we did discuss literally doing all the house cleaning and putting everything in its respective place on the interwebby thing, but I did have a young lady that said, I just missed that a little bit. Can you please explain to me how I can get hold of you as a fan? Are you on Facebook? Are you on TikTok? Are you, all of the above? But more importantly, Mark, do you respond?
Oh yes, I always respond, and I'm on all of those. I also on my website markallanlanoue.com. There is a contact button there too, and on Facebook they can find me either at Mark Lanoue 6666 or the Gemini Mind 6666, and those two pages I respond to, and on Instagram as well. I have Lanoue Music at Lanoue Music. And also I'm on X, so that one's at Musical Marcus. And of course all my bands, Kick the Wicked and Fiction 6, and all those have all the social pages. So I'm everywhere, just like my brain, I'm scattered everywhere.
Very, very cool. And by the way, it is Doctor now, isn't it?
Actually, no, I will be doctor in next semester. I'm actually finishing all of my classes this semester, so all of my coursework will be done, and all of my dissertation hours will be done. So I'll just be like polishing up my dissertation and defend it in the spring is where I'm looking at.
Mate, congratulations. Believe me, I've followed you through this one, and I really, really, really am quite proud of you, to be very honest.
Thank you, and I can't wait to call me Dr. Rock. So I was hoping he'd be able to call me Dr. Rock at the Grammys, but I have to wait till the spring. So you'll have to wait a little while longer.
Yeah, fair enough. Well, you never know. I might be able to call you Doc Rock in India.
There you go.
There you go. But in the meantime, folks, and we are going to have to wrap it up right now, but don't go anywhere, Mark. I've got a couple of things I want to chat to you about. But for everybody else, please join myself and Barbara between 5:30 in the morning and this time tomorrow morning for the breakfast show. 100% Galaxy artist, 110% best indie artist in the world. Join us then. So from me, it's happy radio, everyone. Have a very happy and successful day. See you tomorrow. Oh, Mark, thanks for joining us, buddy.